NFL Week 5 picks and predictions. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. NFL Week 5 picks and predictions. Usually these are uploaded on Wednesday, but man, Wednesday and Thursday night were hell for me. I had no time, not even a minute to make this video, but it's Friday night, thank God, and I finally have time for my picks and predictions, and there will be a series of videos uploaded over the next number of days to make up for my missed days. But before I get into the picks, let's look at the SFE Picks Challenge, where Packer fan 6179738 is on top of the leaderboard. We have 3 people tied for second place. We have a number of people tied for 5th place and a number of people tied for 9th place. Currently, your boy is about 140. But remember, there's 500 people in this group. And more importantly, man, I've been doing better lately. Y'all need to look out. I'm coming. I had a good, week last week. The consensus went 7-7 last week. I strayed away from the consensus when it came to about 3 picks. I got 2 of those right. I went 9-6 last week. 2 picks better than the consensus. And now I'm starting to catch up a little bit. Y'all need to look out for me. And also, my guarantee betting picks, 5 straight in a row, correctamundo 100%. And if you missed this tweet, you should have seen it. You should follow me on Twitter at the MJ Take. I tweeted last night I have the Cardinals winning, and it is a guarantee that they will cover the 3.5. So 5 straight guarantee picks right now. I am on fire. Let's keep it going into NFL Week 5. So I had the Cardinals winning Thursday. They got it done. Let's talk about Sunday. Chicago Bears at the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts were the one team that I expected to win last week, part of my guarantees, and they let me down. But this week I expect them to actually come out to play well and, just to salvage their season a little bit. The Colts, they're still not going to be, to me, one of the worst teams in the league. They have some talent on this roster. Andrew Luck is playing great. And by the way, we keep having this discussion, me and you and everyone else, Andrew Luck, was he really bad last season, or was it everyone else around him? Obviously, it was him, because I think the talent around him this year is worse than it was last year. You know what the difference is? He's playing better. The offensive line's playing worse this year than they did last year. They're playing worse. He got sacked 6 times. What was it, last week or 2 weeks before that? He was never sacked 6 times last year. He is playing better. Okay, good. So Andrew Luck is playing better. That's good. We don't have to worry about him anymore. Now it's just everyone else. Now I can buy into the discussion that, oh my God, it's poor Andrew Luck. Last year, that was not the case. Andrew Luck was throwing interceptions. Andrew Luck was being a dumb quarterback. That's what he was being last year. Now, with worse talent, he's being a better quarterback. We can see that. The same goes for guys like Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers. We can see that they're not the reason. Last year, Andrew Luck was part of the reason. That's why when he left, the Colts did better without him. It's common sense. Anyway, the Bears, they won last week in Detroit. Good for them. Actually, it was in Chicago, but they beat Detroit in Chicago. Good for them. I'm not buying it, and I wish I could buy it, because I'm the one that came on here and said the Bears would have a top 10 defense, and actually their defense is close to being top 10 right now. The Bears had a top 10 defense, and they'd be good, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I had them going 8-8. But anyway, I'm just not buying it. Brian Hoyer, and now Kevin White is injured again. I'm not buying the Bears. I wish I could, because I still see a lot of talent on their roster, but they're banged up. They're injured right now. Not great. Don't really have an identity offensively. I have to pick the Colts to win this one. We move on to the New England Patriots at the Cleveland Browns, the return of Thomas Brady. And you know what? Brady's probably going to win this game. But again, and Max Kellerman's been saying this, but I'm not jumping off of him. I'm not riding his coattails. I've been saying this too. Guys, Tom Brady is going to fall off a cliff soon. It's just what's going to happen. The guy's 39 years old, so don't be surprised if he comes back and you're like, who is this guy? Because this guy doesn't really look like Tom Brady. You can call it rust. Maybe I'll call it age. We'll see what happens. So I think the Browns are actually going to keep this somewhat close. Don't be surprised when they do. But ultimately, I do have the Patriots winning. But I'm telling you this, guys, I think it's going to be close. We move on to the Philadelphia Eagles at the Detroit Lions. And as I said last week, the Lions They disappointed, man. And the Lions, they're losing these games. They should win. They should have beat Tennessee. They should have beat Chicago. These are two of the worst teams in the league, to be quite honest with you. I mean, two of the bottom 10 teams in the NFL. And the Lions can't win these games. Now, they're hosting an Eagles team that, you can doubt them. I've doubted them before the season, but guys, they're good. The Eagles are freaking good. They're giving up 27 total points. 27 total points. They're just a good football team. Get over it. They're good. Their defense is great. And to me, I don't think this is going to be very close. I have the Eagles winning this one. We move on to the Tennessee Titans. My Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. And look, I am the biggest Titans critic that happens to be a fan out there. I'm the biggest. I mean, Titans fans, they love to tell me, oh, you're not a real fan. I'm a fan. Guys, I watch the team. I talk about the team all the time. I'm a damn fan. I have them winning this game. And this is going to come as a shock to you. It kind of comes as a shock to me. I don't think the Dolphins are very good. I don't think the Titans are very good. But the problem is, the Titans right now, I guess this is a problem, depending how you look at it. Maybe it's a good thing. The Titans are able to run the football right now. The Dolphins, they can't run the football to save their lives. Jay Ajayi, he's like their leading rusher with like 75 yards. These guys can't run the football. The Titans are going to run the football, control the clock, and then before you know it, this game will be over. It'll be over by 2:50, and the Titans will have won this football game. But if they lose this game, Mike Mularkey, I'm coming at you, boy. And then, by the way, next week the Titans host the Cleveland Browns. I have them losing that, so just be prepared for that. We move on to the Houston Texans at the Minnesota Vikings. And the Texans, I still think that they're good. Okay, they're a team that I went on the record in I think it was after week 2, saying, oh my God, they look really good, and they're good. They're gonna win the AFC South just because no one's gonna be close, but they're not good enough to go to Minnesota and win right now. Minnesota has a really good home advantage right now. I mean, their home stadium right now is rocking every single game. Going there to win a football game is gonna be tough. The only guys that are going to be able to do that is going to be guys like Aaron Rodgers, guys like maybe Cam Newton if he figures it out, guys like Russell Wilson, guys like Brock Osweiler. No chance. Brock Osweiler has no chance going to Minnesota trying to win this football game. He's going to throw more interceptions. It's probably going to be a disaster. So just be prepared for that. Vikings win this one easily. We move on to the New York Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I like the Jets to bounce back here. Now, I'm not picking them to win, okay? Let me be clear, but I think right now people are really buying low on the Jets, and I guess they should. I picked the Jets to win last week. They let me down, but I still think, they're not that bad. They're going to be 1-4, and that's a bad record, but they're not that bad. We've seen them be a fringe playoff team, and I expected them to be, this team. I told you before the season, they're going to start out 1-4, 1-5. I told you that, and I told you they'd finish 7-9. So they're going to start winning some games later, but for now, they're going to lose. But don't be surprised if it's only by a touchdown or less. We move on to the Washington Redskins at the Baltimore Ravens. And man, let me tell you this, man. People are really being too quick with this game. Way too quick with this game. Oh, okay, Baltimore, they're on home check. All right, moving on. Slow down. Washington is 2-2. One of those losses was to the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the top 3 teams in the NFL. The other loss was a divisional matchup. Can't really put too much emphasis on that. Now, they get to go to Baltimore. How far away is Baltimore from Washington, D.C.? It is literally a 30-minute plane ride. I looked it up before I made this damn video. That ain't no damn road trip. I wouldn't be surprised if you go to this Ravens game and you see, the panoramic view of the stadium, if anywhere from 20 to 35% of the fans in attendance at this game are Washington Redskins fans. It's that close, baby. If I'm a Redskins fan, I want to drive an hour 30 minutes. I'll drive an hour 30 minutes to watch the Redskins. This is no road game. So with that in mind, who do I think is just the better team? I like the Redskins. I like what the Redskins do. I like their identity. They're going to throw the football. They're going to spread out their receivers. Deshaun Jackson, Jordan Reed, Pierre Garcon, Jamison Crowder. They spread you out. They throw the football, and they move the football effectively. The Ravens, they're 3-1. But all three of their wins weren't that impressive to me. I'm not buying into the Ravens. I've been on the record saying this. This is no road game for the Washington Redskins. I have the Washington Redskins winning in Baltimore. We move on to the Atlanta Falcons at the Denver Broncos. And be careful with this game because, again, people are just skipping over this game. Okay, Broncos at home, picking the Broncos. But, man, let me tell you right now, we can buy that the Atlanta Falcons are going to choke down the line, okay? That they're going to choke, that they're going to blow this season, that they're going to end up losing. Okay, fine. But give me this at least. Man, they're playing well right now. The Atlanta Falcons are no easy task, no easy team. They're playing well. You agree with that statement? Okay. So, based off of that, man, don't be surprised if they go to Denver right now and they win. This is early in the season. They play well early in the season. We've seen them go off, starting 5-0 and 6-0 and 10-0 and whatever. Don't be surprised if they go to Denver and win this game. But that said, I'm too afraid to pick it because right now Denver is playing great team play, great defense. They're just winning games. I don't care if it's Trevor Siemian. I don't care if it's Paxton Lynch. They shouldn't have too much of a problem beating Atlanta. But again, I think it's going to be close. But I think the Denver Broncos are going to win this game. We move on to the Buffalo Bills at the LA Rams. And, this is a tough game. I mean, man, this is a tough game. But ultimately, I went with the home team. The Bills, they've won 2 straight, very impressive wins against the Arizona Cardinals and the New England Patriots. But the Buffalo Bills are still not really putting up points. Yeah, they had the little 33-point performance against the Arizona Cardinals, but man, Sammy Watkins is out. All they have is Robert Woods and Marquise Goodwin, and the Rams secondary is actually playing pretty well right now. They're going to slow down those receivers. It's just going to be the Bills run game versus the Rams run game, and ultimately this game is in LA. And I was very impressed by the LA crowd against the Seahawks. I felt they're a big part of why they were able to win that football game. So I like the home field advantage here. I like the LA Rams to defeat the Buffalo Bills. We move on to the Cincinnati Bengals at the Dallas Cowboys. And look, maybe the Cowboys pull this one off. I'm not going to discount that. But, man, you got to pick the Bengals here. The Bengals know how to win games like this. The Bengals know how to go on the road and beat decent teams. They don't know how to beat great teams. If you're a great team, they don't know how to beat you. If you're a decent team and the Cowboys, they're decent. They're going to be anywhere from 7-9 to 9-7. Anywhere from there. No higher than that. Okay, Cowboy fans, no higher than that. But you're going to be anywhere in between there. Bengals going to be 11-5. Even if they started, 2-2, they're going to be 10-6, 11-5. They're a better team. You have no home field advantage. You don't have one. Okay, you don't have any semblance of a home field advantage. You don't. Okay, I'm sorry, you don't. You don't win at home. So with that in mind, this is the Bengals. I'm picking Andy Dalton to go on the road and beat Dallas in Dallas. We move on to the San Diego Chargers at the Oakland Raiders and the San Diego Chargers. Right now they're choking games, and it's a shame. And people are really, they're killing Mike McCoy right now. I saw a San Diego Tribune article or newspaper or whatever saying Ken Wisenhunt should be promoted to the head coaching position. And I think that's too early, but, I don't think that the players are really playing for Mike McCoy right now. I think they're just really mistake prone. The Chargers in Oakland. Oakland's playing really well. Oakland has only given up 2 sacks to Derek Carr right now. Man, he's just going to sit in that pocket and he's just going to throw the football. And the Chargers pass rush, while it's okay, it's not good enough to penetrate this great Raiders offensive line. I have the Raiders winning this one pretty easily. And we move on to the Sunday night football game, the New York Giants at the Green Bay Packers. Now, just watch. Everyone's starting to harp on the Giants. Oh, the Giants, they're disappointing. The Giants stink. Can y'all relax? They have gone up against the Redskins, who, again, are still a decent team in its divisional matchup. They lost to the Vikings, who are playoff bound, and they're going to lose to the Packers, who are playoff bound. If you want to jump off of the Giants bandwagon right now, go ahead. You're going to be right back on it week 9, week 10, week 11, week 12, okay? Because this team is going to start winning games again. But they got to get through Green Bay, and they're not going to get through Green Bay. Green Bay easily, well, not easily. I think it's going to be somewhat close. I see Odell Beckham, I see Sterling Shepard, I see Victor Cruz, all three of these guys having a good amount of success against this Green Bay secondary. This Green Bay secondary is really problematic right now. Demarius Randall has not played as well as I thought he could have coming into the season, not playing up to his potential. Quentin Rollins, same thing. So I think there are some holes in this Packers secondary. They're going to find some success, but ultimately Aaron Rodgers will pull this one out. But I think it's actually going to be somewhat close, so look out for that. We move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last game, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton is going to be out for this game, most likely, and that actually made me waver for a bit, but then I remember Derek Anderson. He's played well in relief of Cam Newton over the last couple of years, and I think the Panthers are the pick here, but I like Mike Evans to have a good amount of success against this Panthers defense. I like Jameis Winston to have a good amount of success against this Panthers defense, so don't be surprised when the Bucs are in this game late. Now, whether or not they'll pull it out, we'll see, but I like the Bucs to cover here, so just look out for that. Let's move on to my guarantees of the week. That's right, remember, five straight guarantees, correct. 5 straight. We got to keep that up. It's time to put your money on these picks because I am on fire, baby. Let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles -3. Again, at Detroit, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. The Lions, they're okay. I mean, they're a little below average, to be honest, but I think the Eagles, they're just playing great right now. I mean, great defense, offense, good right now. They're just a really good football team, man. Take the Eagles -3. We move on to the Washington Redskins, and again, you get 3.5 points plus 3.5. The Washington Redskins plus 3.5. Even if they lose this game, it's only going to be by a field goal or less to me. So give me the plus 3.5 for the Washington Redskins, and I think they're going to win straight up anyway. We move on to the New York Giants. I like them plus 7.5. I feel like the 7.5 is a little bit too much. Again, this Packers secondary is going to have some holes. Odell Beckham will have some success. Sterling Shepard will have some success. Eli Manning will have some success against this Packers secondary. I like the Giants plus 7.5. And we have the Bengals -1. This is basically a pick'em. And if you're telling me, hey, just bet on Andy Dalton to win in Dallas, I'm going to bet on that. And obviously, one I said at the beginning of the video was the Cardinals -3.5, and they already proved me right. Thank you, Arizona Cardinals, for that. 5 straight, guys. 5 straight. Look out for me. I'm doing a good job. So, with that in mind, there you go. Those are my NFL Week 5 picks and predictions. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and, most importantly, to subscribe. Until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. Peace.